Hey Chaffey Panthers, you're listening to What's in the Wind by The Breeze. I'm your host, Loureyna Pablo, here to discuss what's happening at Chaffey and connect those experiences to ideas like community, identity, and more. At the time that this episode is published, students at Chaffey are thinking about who to vote for to represent the student body. Here to discuss Chaffey College's student government, aka CCSG, with me is Matthew Caddell.
Yeah.
The president of CCSG.
So, hey, my name is Matthew Caddell. I am the president of Chaffey College Student Government. I'm also the student trustee of the college district. I'm a full-time student. I also work here at Chaffey in the CCSJ at Rising Scholars. This semester, I'm actually receiving one of my degrees in mechatronics. And then, my new declared major right now is physics. So.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
Nice. Well, I'm honored to have you on this. I know it took us a little bit to try to get you on here, so I'm glad you're able to make it today. So to start us off, can you please explain the timeline and process for the CCSG elections that are occurring right now or soon?
The informational meeting was March 6th. And our application deadline is March 27th. We have our candidates are gonna be announced on March 30th. Petition signature forms are due April 3rd. After that, the campaigning starts on April 6th. And what the campaigning consists of is the students going around campus. You can put your flyers up. You can actually table. After that, we're having a candidate mixer, which is on April 8th. The candidate mixer is basically for students, it's an open forum, and it's basically for students to come and ask questions and to get a feel of the candidate and see what they believe in and how who they want to vote for, essentially. After that, we have an executive board candidate panel, and then that's going to be on April 13th. With that panel, it's basically the same type of deal, and I did it last semester. It's where we're all sitting on a panel. The students come, they could submit questions before, and then basically it's just kind of like a presidential debate. So after that, our polls open on April 20th. All students on campus will be able to access the polls through their portal. You'll get a notification, and you'll also get a notification in your email, and then you go ahead and vote for whoever you want. And then if you're running, you can also vote for yourself. Mm-hmm. So after that, the candidates will be announced through online. Polls close April 23rd. The results are announced on April 27th. And then we have our inauguration and our award ceremony on May 1st. You know, what's really nice about the actual award ceremony is it's not just an inauguration for the new incoming administration of student government, but we also have nominations and we give out awards to clubs. And then the new officers will come in, they'll get sworn in, and it'll be a really great time.
That's cool. And what positions are up for grabs for the students?
So right now, we obviously have my position, which is the president and student trustee. It's a dual role position. We have the director of finance administration. Right now, we have a great guy that's working it. His name is Ethan Cornelius. And one thing that you should know, it's important for the students to know is that the money that we manage it comes out of the student rep fee. So it is their money. So it's important that students stay involved and have a voice even if they aren't on student government because we manage their money. We also have our director of outreach and engagement. We have a director of regional affairs, and they take care of all of our legislative priorities. Our VP is, they help facilitate the outreach and engagement meeting. They co-chair that. And it's important for me to also mention that each director has their own committee and they chair that meeting. I mean, there's a lot of facts that I can give. I geek out on this stuff a lot. I've been in student government for 2 years and I really love it. This is the last year I'm terming out, so this is my last year that I'm able to participate. So,
well, connecting to that, how long are the terms for the positions up for grabs right now?
So each term is one academic year. So it starts in the fall and then it ends in the spring.
Well, now that students are aware of what's happening, can you explain what CCSG does beyond the director positions? Why are students voting for these people? Why should they care?
Well, they should care. Like I mentioned before, we manage their money, right? So, and not only that, but student government has a seat at the table. Students have a right to be in that decision-making process. We write resolutions. So one of the things that we're trying to do right now, we are advocating for low cost or free gym access across all California community colleges. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
That is pretty dope. Can anyone join, besides being a senator, or how can students get involved?
So one of the biggest ways that any student can get involved is they can all come to our meetings. Our meetings are open to the public. There is a specific portion of the meeting that excuse me, I'm not gonna burp again, I promise. So there is a specific portion of the meeting that is open for public comments. They can also just come to our meetings and hear what we're doing. Another way that students can get involved is they can go on our website and they can see the minutes from our meetings. And then they can read what we've done in past meetings. They can stop by, they can email us, they can stop by the CCSG office. They could just talk to us on campus and then see. If a student wants to see something changed, the best way to, advocate for that change is through student government because we have a seat at the table.
Cool, well, now let's take a quick break to talk about The Breeze. What's in the Wind is a part of The Breeze, Chaffey's student-run news outlet. We publish stories about and for Chaffey, whether it be arts and entertainment, campus activities, sports, and more. Curious about Chaffey's upcoming theater production? Read Miranda Morgan's story, Bird is a Word. Gearing up to transfer this year? Read my latest story, Transfer Time Panthers, Are You Ready? And we also have a mag coming up soon this spring, so stay tuned for that. And you can find more stories and episodes like this at thebreezepaper.com. And now, back to the interview. Going more to your internal group, what would you want your leaders to do more in this semester and the semester after?
To be completely honest, and this isn't a cop out, but we have boosted student student engagement and student life with the help of the student life team. Over 200% this semester. Yeah, we've grown our social media from around 1,000 to 1,700 followers, and that is due to the work of our director of outreach and engagement, Sarah Nguyen. She's amazing, and our vice president, Sophia Wad. They've done some great things. Our director of finance and administration, Ethan Cornelius. He's an amazing guy, and he has just boosted the amount of money that we're giving out to clubs, bringing clubs in to get sponsored, co-sponsored, and just getting them funded for their events. Our director of regional affairs, Valeria Chavez, she's done 6 different legislative visits to local legislators. My biggest thing is that I want next year to be better than us.
Ooh, and how would you want them to be better?
I want them to be able to implement what they want, right? But here's the thing. What we're doing right now is we're making these amazing transitional documents. So that way, all of the processes, the framework of what we built and how we're doing the work so well, they'll be able to follow that. And I'm so grateful for our director and our advisor, Sadie Grantham.
Shout out Sadie.
Shout out Sadie.
She was on the podcast, 2nd episode of season 1.
Yeah. She's actually amazing. And, with her guidance and her leadership, we were able to facilitate great things. And we want that team to be prepared for it. I guess it's really going to be dependent on the leadership of the president and the directors. And I think that's really a part of democracy, right? I just really want them to be better than us.
And what else would you like to share with the audience to help bridge the gap between CCSG and the students they serve?
I just want to stress so much of how important it is for students to be involved on campus and just to know what's going on. Not only does it better connect you to your school, but it helps you grow and it helps you be aware. Student government isn't a club. It's an actual governing body on this campus. All of our meetings are open to the public, and I encourage students to be involved and stay involved, right? And see what student government is doing.
To wrap this up, where can students find you and CCSG?
We have 3 separate meetings that happen. Well, technically 4. So on Mondays, we have committee meetings. We have finance and administration, regional affairs. That happens in LA 102 from 12:30 to 2. At the same time, we have finance and administration. That happens in CCE 126B. And that's Campus Center East. And that's right by the bookstore. Mm-hmm. Once a month, every 3rd Monday, we have our Senate meetings, which happened in CAA 218. And that is basically our whole, the whole Senate. everyone together. And so every Monday there's a meeting, and on Fridays we have an executive board meeting with just the executive board, and that happens at CCE 126B at 9:30 a.m. on Friday mornings. And so that's where you can find us. You can also find us on campus walking around. You can go to chaffey.ccsg, that's our Instagram, see all the updates. And you can also go to the Chaffey College website. You can literally type in Google Chaffey College Student Government, and it'll take you to our webpage. And then you can see everyone that's in office. You can see our emails, and you can reach out to us.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you all those who are listening and watching What's in the Wind. I'm your host, Loureyna Pablo, and I'll see you the next time the wind takes me to you. Bye.